Started on the couch, feeling stuck, feeling small. But every story changes when you choose to stand tall. From fear to fire.
I love that she has a lot of energy and a lot of very diverse songs with different styles.
Real stories, real strength. Welcome to Couch to Courage.
Hello and welcome back to the fitness edition of From Couch to Courage, where we are discovering the fitness journeys of none other than the fitness instructors themselves. Well, you may be wondering why I chose the fitness instructors as my subject for this edition. Well, it's because we often see fitness instructors as symbols of strength and discipline, but rarely do we hear their stories that got them there. In this series, we'll uncover the challenges, the setbacks, and courageous choices that transformed them into the inspiring coaches they are today. I'm your host Parnika, and I'm here to unpack another raw, real, and transformative journey of our incredible guest who perfectly embodies the Couch to Courage theme, not just in a physical sense, but in a deeply spiritual, nomadic, and psychological sense as well. We often think of the couch as a physical place of laziness, but sometimes the most uncomfortable couch in the world is a comfortable 9-to-5 life that just isn't meant for you. Our guest today is a true global citizen, a seeker, and someone who has redefined reinvention. She's a French, Spanish, and yoga teacher, an Ayurvedic health coach, an emotion code and Reiki practitioner, and also the founder of reinvention. She was born in Belgium. She chased her dreams to Paris at 21, crossed the Atlantic to Montreal at 26, and at 29 she rejected the perfect little soldier life to backpack solo through Mexico and Cuba, a trip that completely transformed her soul. But underneath all the travel, the entrepreneurship, the launching of brands, and even the heartbreak of a failed venture, there has been one unwavering anchor: her spiritual practice. A practice born out of profound necessity when she was just 13, but kept on evolving as she explored her inner strengths with time. Please join me in welcoming a woman I would lovingly call the seeker, Cecile Antoine Alfonso.
Hi, Cecile.
Hi, Parnika. Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Good, great. I'm doing great.
And how does it feel to be here in the podcast when you just returned from Europe after a vacation with your family?
Yes, I feel great. I had couple days to get back to this time zone, and so I feel great. Thanks.
And it's an absolute honor to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Cecile, let us start with something light. Okay, no overthinking, just your instinct. Okay, coffee or herbal tea?
Both. During the time of day, depending on how I feel, but I love both.
Okay, mountains or beach?
Both. I love mountains and I love the beach. I miss the ocean, but I love hiking.
Okay. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
I like it too. Yoga mat or dance floor?
Both. Yeah, both. I love to dance. I wouldn't go to clubs like necessarily anymore, but so I would I like dancing, but my yoga mat and my peace are kind of the priority, I think. Yeah.
Paris or Montreal?
Paris.
Okay, and we'll discover why. Salsa or Zumba?
Salsa.
Planning or spontaneity?
Both.
Both.
I'm a Virgo, and I'm very much of a planner, and I like to organize things. But I also like to be spontaneous when everything is organized. Yeah.
Yeah.
Within.
Yeah, when your spontaneity is needed and when you need to plan.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, friends, now that we know the fun side of Cecile, let's talk more about her fitness journey. And Cecile, your life encompasses a very heavy reality at a very young age. When most 13-year-olds are facing or are dealing with, the middle school drama and teenage crushes, you were handling the biggest fear of your life with your mom. And at the same time, you discovered your utmost strength, your inner strength, that led to the beginning of your spiritual journey. So take us back to those days.
Yes, sure. So when I was 12, so my mom got diagnosed with breast cancer, and it was a stage 3, and like almost like 35 years ago or more, it was like the treatments were much heavier than they are now. So she had to go through a lot of treatments, and she decided to start yoga after her treatments were done, and she brought me to yoga with her. So I got to discover yoga at that age, and it really helped me, balance like my nervous system, balance my hormones at that age. Also, when you turn 13. And I discovered yoga nidra at the time. So that was a very relaxing yoga practice that is not really where people tend to start nowadays. They tend to start with a yoga, fitness practice or hatha or vinyasa or Bikram, but usually not nidra,
So you were doing the yogic sleep.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Wow. And then did you dive deep into this practice to learn more about it? How did it go?
At 13, I was really sticking to the nidra, and I was doing rhythmic gymnastics at that age too. So I had, my kind of sports on the side, and doing the relaxation and stretches with yoga too. We would do stretching as well. We do a little bit of yin also with the nidra practice. So that, I...
And did it help your mom too to kind of deal with her?
Yes, absolutely. She has, done yoga like regularly since then. And it was a great practice for her too. Yeah.
Wow. How profound that is, really.
Yeah.
How yoga became, a tool for somatic healing for you, right? And your mom.
Yes, yes.
So at 21, Cecile, you you left your couch of familiarity with your family and your place of birth, which is Belgium. And then you stepped out of your home and you went to Paris to pursue your studies.
Yes.
And so tell us something about that. How was life at Paris? Why you took that decision? What triggered that move? And also about your life there.
Yes. So I studied in Brussels first, like after graduating high school. And I decided to do my thesis on the launch of a fragrance because I had always been passionate about fragrance since like my childhood. So I read, a lot of books to write my thesis. And I did an internship in Paris also when I was 20 or 21. So I talked about that in my thesis, that launch of the fragrance that I had worked for during the summer. And I started researching, master's degrees that were, that were encompassing either luxury or, arts or fragrances or any luxury products,
And that became the subject of your master's program
Yes,
as well,
yes.
right?
So I found one master's degree in Paris, and I applied for it, and I was picked. Like you had to, they
Got-
would
get
they would
selected.
choose only 20 people.
Wow.
So I made it and moved to Paris and really wanted to live there. Like I had always loved the city of Paris since I first
And
got there.
how was college life, and were you missing home, or were you practicing yoga during that time as well?
Yeah, so I was practicing a little bit of yoga, but also like swimming a lot at that time, and I really loved Paris, the culture. At that time, when you're under 24, you could go like for 10 euros to see any play you wanted. Culture was very accessible. So I really had fun, I met great people too, who are still really best friends today.
Okay.
So it's, Paris really molded, me.
And that's why you said Paris was a big anchor in your life too, from where you started your career as well.
Yes, absolutely. I started in exportation of fragrances and then marketing of fragrances too. And it was,
And by 26, when you were 26, you crossed the Atlantic, moved to Montreal, and as a brand ambassador or a brand manager for a fragrance brand, which like you were killing it at that time. You were, you were reporting to the topmost leadership. You were launching brands after brands, and you bought an apartment in the heart of Paris with the success that you tasted at that young age. And then, something happened. And I think from 26 to 29, that was when you experienced the peak of your, work life, where you were exploding when it came to your performance and your remuneration, everything. But then at 29, what was that internal friction that made you leave all this and do a solo backpack to Mexico and Cuba?
Yes.
And you left your job.
When I left Paris also, it was like because I wanted to have an experience abroad and then learn other, markets, how they work, and then bring that back and move back to Paris and then be an area manager in exportation. That was like what I had in mind. And then in Montreal, I learned, the Canadian market and of course, and that the specificities of that market. And also I wanted to learn more languages because, when you work in exportation, obviously you have to speak more than one language. I would speak English and French, but I didn't know much Spanish. So I was feeling that I was not quite there yet where I wanted to be. And I was kind of stagnating in my job in Montreal. I couldn't become the marketing director at the time. There was no opening for me. So I decided, okay, I'm going to save money. I'm going to make sure, I'm safe financially, and I'm going to go learn Spanish. So I gave my letter, and then I traveled to Mexico and Cuba for almost 3 months. So end of 2008, and I was 29. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. And then, so basically, Spanish was the language that you learned because you were targeting the Canadian market, and then that's learning of Spanish language made you learn more about Mexico, and what made you choose Mexico? I'm not able to understand, to go there. Why not some other place?
So when I researched schools, because I really wanted to be in immersion, go to an intensive, class, from the morning till the afternoon, a full day in class, to live within a family where I couldn't speak anything but Spanish. I wanted my time to be very, very focused, and I didn't want to waste my time. Yeah. So I picked a place where the accent was supposedly kind of neutral in Latin America. So there was Colombia, if I remember properly. There was Yucatan, so southern Mexico. That was great, also a great like neutral accent. And so I picked, there was Dominican Republic also, I believe. Mm-hmm. But so I decided to go there to Yucatan. So, and I ended up in Mérida, which is the capital of the state of Yucatan. And it was absolutely just gorgeous. And yeah.
And you say that your visit to Mexico and Cuba, staying with a Mexican family there for 3 months and discovering the Yucatan culture, the Mayan culture, yes, and the Yucatan Peninsula, which is so prominent a place in Mexico. So how did it recalibrate your entire journey? Like, you left your couch of security, a 9-to-5 job, which was paying you well. Of course, it didn't give you a further growth beyond where you had reached, and there were no opportunities. But usually in the normal sense of life, people hang on till opportunities get created. You quit everything. Or the seeker in you was awakened and wanted to step out and, explore something more. So, Cecile, how do you interpret this journey of yours? Like, you always wanting to grow, not only physically as we are growing with age, but you also wanted to grow internally from your own human existence is
getting more experienced. Yeah, and it's funny because now that I'm studying human design, and I am studying that right now, I'm getting to understand better, what my design is, and there's the experimentation is very big in my design. And it's true, all my life, like I've been, like it's like the jacks of all trades, I'm trying this, I'm learning about this, and I'm always studying and going into like a lot of directions that may feel like I'm super scattered, but actually it all comes down to, knowing myself and finding tools where I can be at peace with myself and also find my purpose, and also just always evolve. We want to evolve, and we want to connect with the world and connect with others.
Exactly. And your journey, as I see, it's like, of course, it was your fitness journey, but more so it was your soul journey, that your soul was seeking something, and, you keep exploring, trying new things, leave your couch, take the courage to go and do things on your own, explore what your mind and heart tells you to do. So, okay, now let's hear about your life in Montreal, where you met your life partner, and how was that moment? What happened, and your life changed personally too. You started a family. Like, can you talk about that?
Sure. Yeah. So I was in Montreal from 2006 to 2015. So 9 years in Montreal, and I met my husband in 2010, 2010, and this was like also kind of a soul, kind of connection with him. Like right when I met him, it was really quick, very, very fast, and I had no doubt, when I met him, it's almost like we recognized each other.
So what was the background? Where exactly did you meet him?
We met at a salsa practice.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Do you remember the song that was playing?
Yeah, there were a few salsa songs. Yeah.
Was he your partner there for the dance? the salsa practice dance?
My partner?
Yeah, was he your partner? Were you dancing with him or you just looking at him?
Oh, no. He was I would go like several times a week, like to dance. Like the salsa scene in Montreal is huge. So you have like afternoons, like all afternoons on Saturday, and then many nights, a week. Like if you want to find something, you can always find some place to dance. So I would go like at least 3 to 4 times a week to dance. And one beautiful afternoon in April, the place where I used to go dance, it was very hot already in April, and the windows were all open on that street. And he happened to be walking on that street, and he heard some Latin music playing, and he had just moved there like 2 months and a half maybe prior to that. And he heard the music, and he's from Venezuela. So he was like, oh, music, there's salsa playing there. I'm going to just, go have a look. And so he went upstairs. It was a big room upstairs. And then he just, entered. He's like, okay, that's a salsa practice. I can dance. So I'm going to go. So it was a very new face. I knew everybody because I was dancing there all the time. So so I saw this new face across the room, and he just came to me and asked me to dance. So I'm like, yeah, sure. And he dances in a circle. I dance in a line. We like coming from Venezuela and Colombia. It's more like in they dance differently. And I was like, oh, this is fun. Somebody who dances differently. Like,
that's what.
And that's and then we started talking, and he had really nice like European shoes, not like typical American have, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, we had a great connection, and yeah, that's how it started.
Okay, so let's do some fun thing here. My mind is going in that direction. So imagine that I'm your husband, and of course my hair is short. I can't fit that role at this moment, and we'll do some salsa. Let's see how. Can you teach me some?
We can do some. Back and forth, like basic steps, and then some, absolutely.
Okay, so here, viewers, time for some learning. We have an instructor here, and we'll do some salsa learning, some steps that probably she can recall her days with her husband, and we'll do it together. Okay, Cecile, are we ready?
Yes, we are. Okay, let's listen. The one, you're gonna go left, forward. It's a little, come back to the middle. Yes. Nice. So you're the man. Okay, so you're gonna have me turn. So just with the, now, yes. Okay, good. Wow. Okay, let's try something. We're gonna go back. So here, the same foot. Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's go back. Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
What's next?
Let's try to open. You're gonna open to your right, and I'm gonna walk. Whoops. Good. Okay, you got it. Yes. Great lead. I feel your arms.
I love it. Oh,
thank you.
You're amazing. You're just amazing. I loved it.
You have the good you have the good grip and the good strength in your arms to lead.
Oh, I can be a man lead for salsa anytime. I just need to take these earrings out, these ear tops out, right? And I'll be good.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Okay, Cecile, that was good fun. Oh my God, I think I can learn salsa.
Yes,
really,
definitely. Yes.
You were wonderful though. Okay, Cecile, let's resume our story. I was your husband for the dance, but then let's go back to Montreal, and you met your husband there, you got married, you had 2 boys thereafter, and then, your family became your priority and your kids became your priority. But you never left the spiritual side of yours behind. You continued to grow in that area. You learned Reiki. You also learned about emotion code, which I need to ask you what is emotion code. And then you also started instructing in yoga and started holding classes. You had you were teaching in an academy. You were a teacher and all of that. So to talk more about it, like
So after I got my first child, after a year, I decided to just quit my job, and I studied yoga to become a yoga teacher. So I did a yoga teacher training, and I started teaching in 2013, just right after my second child was born. And from that on, just teaching yoga, reading more about the yoga philosophy, and also Ayurveda, which I really connected with. So I started studying Ayurveda also. So I took a course with David Frawley, and it was a year long, and I really loved Ayurveda. I loved just the balancing of the elements, and how health is described as, just keeping that balance flowing between the elements, and that we are different. We have different constitutions. We can be of different constitutions, and that is, it's always important to keep the balance and to go back to our birth constitution, which is our balance point.
okay.
And it can be done, through foods, through the lifestyle, through yoga, obviously, the asanas, the physical postures, pranayama, which is breathing techniques, meditation, aromatherapy, and gem therapy as well. So like this was, a very holistic medicine.
I think you were just moving towards more holistic healing. And you had Ayurveda, yoga, Reiki, and emotion code. What is emotion code? I think our viewers would want to know about that as well.
Yeah, so emotion code I really discovered more recently. And this is, how to kind of unblock or just get rid of the blocks that we have in our bodies energetically. So when we have shocks, shocks are like
any
big
trauma,
emotions, things that get stuck in our bodies. Those imprints stay in the body, even if we kind of think, okay, this is over. There's imprints in the body, and emotion code really finds like a way, like we kind of retrace when the event happened, what it was, at what age, etc.
You talk to the person.
So it's using muscle memory. So we test like yes or no, like and with me using my fingers to know if it's a yes or no, we find the age that the person, got this big emotion going on, and we start talking, and usually it kind of comes back to the surface. When we have a conversation, the person just suddenly remembers, when I was 8, this and that happened, and blah, blah, blah. And we try to find where the emotion is stored in the body. And then when we find where the emotion is, we can release it. And so we oftentimes, notice that there's a change, like a sudden change in how the person feels. If there was a pain, usually the pain, like from, a scale from 0 to 10, if it was an 8 at the beginning of the session, it drops down to a 2. That's really, really what we experience, most of the time. With that work, it brings things to the conscious, and it releases not the full trauma, but that imprint in the body.
And it heals the person to some extent.
Yeah, because
right?
when we take that block out of the body heals itself. The body is a very intelligent machine. And when we get out of the way, usually the body kind of,
Connect.
yeah.
That's so beautiful. And I can see that how your spiritual journey has just enriched with time. You've learned so much about the human body, the human soul, the powers that are inbuilt in ourselves, which we discover only through more and more learning. And I think in that area your life grew, and I think you're so self-contained with with what you're doing right now. And I would want to give another learning moment to our viewers, Cecile. And you're such a popular yoga teacher here in our area. I just want you to tell something basic, a posture that's like basic for anybody to practice or begin yoga with.
Yes.
So would you want to talk about it, and then we can see one demo from you? I can put a yoga mat here, and we can just see a small demo of that posture.
Yes. So yoga at the beginning, right, of what it was thousands of years ago, it was just basically sitting still and meditating. So that's what yoga is like, it means union, right? It's the union of the body, mind, and spirit.
Yes.
And how do we reach that point? It's basically in silence, sitting in silence, and just and especially with our lives that are very hectic, we forgot how to do that.
Yeah. And it was practiced way back by the yogis on the Himalayas. If you read about the origins of yoga,
Absolutely.
It goes back to thousands and thousands of
does.
years, when how the saints used to just meditate. And so let's get going with the posture.
Okay, let's do that. Let's start.
Yeah.
So very easy, right? We sit cross-legged. We have one foot like just flat on the floor, one foot in the front, one foot in the back. And we're going to find the sits bones first. So we're going to tilt that pelvis forward a little bit so the base of the spine is really straight. So that's really what we're trying to get. We don't want to round here. We don't want to be like couch potato, right?
Right.
So we tilt the pelvis forward, find those sits bones, ground the sits bones, and then we're going to gently just close our eyes and find a straight spine. So relaxing those hands, like letting the palms of the hands touch the knees. We can also turn the palms towards the ceiling if we want. It's more of a receiving pose, like this one, that's with the palms turned towards the ceiling. If you want more introspection, you're going to turn your palms down, right? And then we're going to imagine that we have this thread coming out of the top of the head and pulling us gently towards the ceiling. So to get that really straight spine, even like to be conscious about it. And then we can bring those shoulders up and then down, just rolling the shoulders back to really feel that the shoulders are opening, right? Creating space here, and feeling the shoulder blades flat on your back, like slide down on your back. So basically when you're here, you're really centered, and you can start just connect to your breath and relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the elbows, just letting those arms and hands rest here.
And what kind of thoughts are you getting in your mind when you do that? Like, do you let the thoughts flow, or do you let it?
I try to connect to my breath, and just stay with my breath. You can, bring your attention to your nostrils, for example, and feel the flow of air coming in and out. That's one way of doing it and calming the thoughts, right? Or you can focus on just relaxing your face. So relaxing the forehead, relaxing the eyes, the eyebrows, the nose, the jaw, and fully relaxing the face so you get rid of any facial expression, and you can even get a slight smile like naturally forming on your face. when you do that. And it's usually brings a sense of peace. And just starting, like that. I remember I used to meditate. I have this phase where I used to meditate with a friend, like each one, in our house, but we would wake up and meditate at 5:30 in the morning, and I would get on my balcony in Florida and just sit like that for 30 minutes and just do nothing, just sit and breathe and just calm my thoughts. And I would have like the greatest ideas, kind of coming up and coming in to my mind. And it was great. And I think I would recommend that to anybody. Like, it doesn't have to be 30 minutes, but just starting with, 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah. And that's why people used to feel enlightened after doing yoga, as you said, that new ideas, new things.
Yes, exactly.
So it's that powerful and practice.
It cleans up that mental load.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Cecile.
Thank
this
you.
is a beautiful demo of this practice.
My pleasure.
Okay, Cecile. Oh, you look so comfortable now. You're feeling
I'm
at
more
home.
comfortable now. That's usually
Glad
how
you
I
are.
sit.
Glad you are. Okay, and so, Cecile, I was just thinking, like, yoga changed you so much, and these other different practices like Reiki and emotion code enriched you internally. And then while you were in Florida, you started a venture in the form of a cafe. Talk about that. Like, how did that happen? And you were also, teacher at that time, practicing yoga teacher. So what made you think that you should start a cafe, and what happened to that?
Yes. So yes, it was shortly after moving to Florida in 2015. I started teaching at Kula Yoga Shala, which is a yoga studio in Jupiter. And I started talking to the owner, and he had also this idea of having a cafe there at the yoga studio. So we started kind of working together and putting everything together, business plan and menu and all the things, pricing, everything. And we discovered kind of last minute that the yoga studio couldn't have like a restaurant. It was not zoned,
to run a cafe.
To run a cafe. So we were kind of devastated.
Wow.
But I told him, listen, I'm there. I everything is ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it somewhere else. And obviously that wasn't fun for none of us. But I started looking for a location, and I found a location in Juno Beach, and then I went on my own. And I had this cafe for 3 years, and we would have, Ayurvedic based shakes. We would have sandwiches, salads, soups, like breakfast and things like that. So it was more of a daytime cafe type of thing. We would be across from another yoga studio, so having that relationship there with native yoga, and it was a great adventure. We had like book clubs, we had like creative workshops at night and things like that. So it was a great hub for the community, like great experience. But financially not so great. So I had to make the hard decision to close in 2019, which was actually a blessing because right after that we had COVID. So the timing was pretty good.
Yeah. But it was a great learning, a great experience, and probably like, why was it financially not that viable a decision? Have you thought about it?
Yeah, so we did everything we could. Like it was a really tough decision, but I would pay everybody but myself. So in the long run, it's not really viable. So Jupiter and that that area in Florida is very seasonal, so it's very it works well financially, you know, for that period in the winter from October to April, let's say, and then the rest of the year it's more local people and yeah, so it gets pretty hard during those months, and then I just couldn't sustain it. So so that's why we closed, and then COVID hit right after that.
But then the entrepreneur in you didn't stop there, right? You wanted to
No, I wouldn't open any other restaurant though, but
your love for fragrances brought you back to open another initiative of yours, right? You became the founder for We Are Initial.
Yeah, so I kind of
another entrepreneurial initiative.
Yeah. So I started, doing more coaching as well, like health coaching. So I also got certified with IIN.
What is IIN?
It's Institute for Integrative Nutrition. So it's based out of New York, but they have like those programs online, and you can become a certified health coach in a year. So I did that, during COVID. Like that was really when COVID hit. And blending my Ayurvedic, training also into that. So I did that for a little bit. And then I had always that, the passion, my childhood passion of fragrances, coming back and blending Ayurveda and fragrance, and also using scents as a way to go back to center. I don't like to use heal, like that the term healing too much. Like it's more like, once you're balanced, everything flows.
Right. And I was going through your website,
Yes.
And it's beautiful. I mean, how are you creating that kind of clientele that you need for these products? Like, do you have a way of doing it? Like you talked about women's circles and
being product based is great, but I have products for every dosha, every constitution, but I have also products that are built for, seasons. So I have the Renouveau for the spring season, and then Éclat for the summer season. And I like having products, but I want also to have that community or that connection with people also. And I used to have like to run women's circles like in Florida, and I feel that is much needed to be together as women and to exchange, and I kind of missed that. And I wanted to bring through Initial and through the power of fragrance women together in a like special circle, and it's online, and it blends like this presence through fragrance and also through French language, since that's my first language, and I teach French also for a private school. Like I like to kind of geek with languages, and so bringing that aspect and how the words resonate, and what is the vibration behind the word. And just bring women to just sit and reflect and dream, and just have that space for them, creating space together. So I'm starting like those seasonal meetings where we explore different French words, and we move and we discuss and we reflect, and there's journaling and things like that, and smelling and
smelling too.
Yeah,
oh wow.
Yeah. So
these sessions, do you have anything upcoming?
So I have, yes, the summer circle. This is going to be next week, June 28th.
Okay.
And then there's going to be one every season.
Okay.
So that's really something that I'm putting, together. And I want to also have that circle every season to really respect also the flow of nature. And
yes, exactly. So, I mean, how can people join that circle? Do you have an online link that you share for people to join in?
Yes,
or like...
yes. So this circle is closed because like the fragrance was available until like a few days ago. But how it works is that with the purchase of that fragrance for the season, it gives you access to
learn more about
the meeting, to the circle. So the circle is free. Yeah.
Wow. So if you make a purchase, you can join that circle, and then you'll have these seasonal sessions.
Yes, absolutely.
Where you talk about fragrances, you discuss, and then you connect.
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
what a beautiful initiative. And I'm sure our viewers are hearing you here, and I'm going to share her website link as well as the link for her circles, and you all can go through the website and see if there's something that you like there, and if you are interested in joining that circle, probably you can explore that as well. So that's beautiful, Cecile. I'm like so amazed at what a personality you are. So beautiful, full of energy, full of initiatives. Every moment is a courageous moment for you, I think. I mean, I see that you are always so forward looking. You had a failed venture in that cafe, and then you came out with so many learnings, and then you brought back your love for fragrances, and then started the We Are Initial website where you have this beautiful product range. So, Cecile, what's next? I'm really curious to know from here. What are you thinking of now?
Yeah. Well, I'm studying like human design, and it's really it's been I'm still integrating. Like I'm still a very young learner. Like I'm the beginning of the path there, but so far I've really it's like those moments where the light bulb goes on and you're like, oh yeah, so I see why I am like that. And so I it's also a tool for self-discovery. And I think I'm gonna share it with people at some point, like in maybe include that tool also in my online like groups. I think every tool, that helps people to know themselves better, is just a gift. So, that's
absolutely. And I think this human design, your study of human design, would help you understand people better and connect well, because you'll know where they're coming from, right? Every human being is a unique piece.
Totally.
And with a unique design, right?
Yes.
So
we are.
That's so beautiful. I mean, I
didn't explain human design, but it's really that blueprint that blends astrology, like Western astrology, plus the chakra system.
The chakras.
The chakras, the I Ching, which is the Chinese, I Ching with the 64 hexagrams. And it seems complicated, but they kind of merged it into a system. And there's the Kabbalah as well, like that's, in there with the tree. And so it's really, really interesting. I totally, connect with it on a, very intuitive level. And so it's great. I mean,
what a pleasure. I mean, having you on this show, Cecile, you are truly a global citizen. You have explored the world. You have explored the powers that come from different parts of the world, the chakras. You just talked about, the Chinese,
the I Ching,
I Ching, and then the chakras. And I mean, it's so amazing to see that your journey continues, and it keeps getting better and better. And I wish you all the best in your life. You are so contented with what you're doing, and you are such a big inspiration for our viewers. And I'm so glad that I had you here today.
Thank you so much.
So if you are listening and feeling stuck on your own couch, needing a sacred space to fill your own cup, go visit www.weareinitial.com. Follow her on Instagram at Cecile Antoine and Wear Initial, and check out her Substack. Also, if you are local to the Collywell and North Richland Hill area and you are proximate, you can check out her schedule at EOS and Crunch, where she teaches yoga and Zumba.
Yeah.
Right? So everyone who's listening out there, stop listening to the noise. Put your phones on airplane mode if you need to, and flex that courage muscle like this. Till we see you next time. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
I know, it was such a pleasure.
It on the couch.